You're watching Wall Street Confidential on TheStreet.com TV. I'm Farnoosh Torabi. Here is Jim Cramer. Hi, Jim.
Nice, how are you?
We're going to talk about a new staff reporter at TheStreet.com, a relative of yours, Cliff Mason. And interestingly enough, Cliff's articles recently have been, I think, sparking a lot of controversy on the web. He's writing about, he just graduated from Harvard, and he is saying that young investors or just youngsters out of college should be more risky, should spend every dollar they have rather than save. This is very controversial, so I want to get your take on it, why you think it's important.
Well, first, I want to go back to something. When I started Smart Money with Steve Schwartz and Jim Stewart, my column was called Unconventional Wisdom. I felt there was a lot of bad advice out there. I thought there was a lot of advice that really hurt people, but not philosophically hurt them and not emotionally hurt them, but hurt them financially. I've now become one of those icons, and I need to be checked. My view, of course, is that every year is a good year to invest. I don't want to speak necessarily for Cliff. I'm glad you mentioned he's my nephew because I want all nepotism to be on the table.
It's a fact of life.
Right. You know, anyone who read Confessions knows that he was important in ratting out the previous CEO to TheStreet.com as being someone who didn't work hard. It's in the book, so I'm not saying anything that is YouTube-like in terms of its alleged incrimination. What I thought was interesting about his view was that he was saying that sometimes, I mean, this is, I think, where people are missing it, particularly the people who are in the stock picker forum who are really lambasting him, is that there's a window where perhaps other things should trump saving, where it's your moment to be able to be feckless, so to speak. I think it has more to do, I personally think it has more to do with Conrad, with the great short story Youth, with the notion of where you should be in life, and that perhaps some things trump money. Also, empirically, if you the more you take as a larger percentage of saving from your paltry amount that you get paid versus what you would in a present value analysis, would indicate that perhaps it would be better spent having a better time. Now, of course, he'll go off the reservation by talking about, again, what the odds favor and what's the quickest way to get wealthy, as he said most boldly in a Jane Austen way, to go and marry it. Now, what he's trying to do in his own anti-iconic way, literary way, is to change the way we think about money as a portion of a larger existence. It's interesting because Mark Cuban reaches a different conclusion when I was at Indiana University. He too says don't invest. Invest in yourself. Now, if you meld the two together, what Cliff may be saying is invest in yourself as a moment to be having a good time. It won't get, it will never be again that moment where you'll have so little responsibility. So don't screw it up. I like it for its provocative nature and for it as a parent, a recognition that perhaps the good times are worth instilling in a period where I discovered that children, particularly teenagers, are pressured more than they've ever been. There is there's no factor of irresponsibility anymore between the ages of 14 and 22 in this country. It's a period of hard work, not unlike real work. And that wasn't always the case. So I think he's rebelling against that. I like it.
Well, I like it too. It speaks a lot to a book that I'm working on, Rich People Dress Good. It's sort of this irreverent mentality.
Right.
You know, you got to take...
Well, you're younger too. Remember, you're a different generation.
Right. I think, though, it boils down to psychology, Jim, because I think that a lot of youngsters, they don't have the know-how. And to say, you know, you should be investing your money, it takes tools, but it also takes having confidence. So how does Cliff... Is he trying to sort of instill confidence in the generation?
I think what he, again, I mean, I know I'm going to be doing a series of videos with him. I hope you do too. I think that what he's saying is that confidence, no confidence, the percentage in order to make a difference, the percentage that you must use of the money that you're being paid out of school is, it eliminates any ability to have a good time. And what he's doing is being realistic. What he's doing is being realistic. What he's saying is a lot of the people who write about it, including his uncle, presume a level not of confidence, but a level of income that makes it so it's worthwhile. But if you're making $500 a week, and you're trying, and after tax, much lower sum, and you're trying to put away $25 a week, that won't mean anything. Versus 10 years from now, hopefully you should be making $500 a day, and then it will be meaningful. So the power of anti-compound. So it's kind of provocative. I like it.
All right, being realistic with Cliff Mason, a news staff writer at TheStreet.com. Thanks so much, Jim.
Thank you.
You're watching Wall Street Confidential. Don't go away.